they're seeking answers and solutions.
Right.
We
We
may
are.
have something to say.
And I think we all are these days seeking solutions, right? So,
Hmm.
so anyway, Richard, it's great to be here with you. Richard Lermont is with me. I'm Chris Steele.
You went really soft.
I know. Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now,
Yeah,
Richard?
better.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're recording this now, and appreciate coming in, listening, and participating here. So anyway, so we're talking about Richard, just kind of the condition of society these days, and here we are, 6 months into this social isolation quarantine thing, in the pandemic, and it's still increasing in the world. I'm in California, you're in New York City. I think California's got the most aggressive growth curve still, and we still haven't planed out with this crazy pandemic. And for me, that's a reflection of kind of the human condition, which is a topic in and of itself. Um, we have fires that are happening here in California. I mean, California's got its worst fire condition, and people are in kind of a state of, some people are in panic because their houses are burning down. I'm here in San Diego, and it's not so bad, but anyway, it's a condition, right? Just kind of bookmarking our condition. So here we are, and you and I were just talking. It's the condition of our reality, right? On this, here we are, September 2020, 9 months already into the year. It's amazing, and nobody has any idea what's really going on. That's my experience. Is that a lot of people are out there, the Dr. Fauci's of the world and the medical experts are saying, oh, this is this, and we know this, but I get the impression, Richard, that in the reality of the context, most people are clueless. What's your impression?
I totally agree. No one really knows. There are certain sort of cycles and patterns when we look back at historical studies and understanding, and in particular this study that I've been so deeply involved with in the human design system that sort of explains the what's unfolding for us. I mean, on a large perspective, on cyclic perspective, as opposed to what's going to happen tomorrow, who's going to do this, and who's going to not from that perspective, but in terms of the movement, the global movement, and what we see is happening is that we're coming to the end of a cycle, and uh, that's said to be that commenced at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, somewhere around 1615. And this cycle is coming to an end in 2027. At the beginning of 2027 will be basically the closing of the gate. And there are reasons and understandings behind this, but that particular cycle, which held everything together in our civilization for the past 400 plus years, is changing, and there's a new cycle. We call it, the rise of the phoenix. The phoenix is rising, and this is oh yeah, this like your
I
image
love it.
back there
Yeah.
is so
By the
beautiful.
way,
It's
I get
amazing.
to give credit to Dakota Detweiler is the original artist here, so I want to give her credit. This is an amazing piece that she did.
Yeah,
That's
Coda,
neat.
it's amazing.
Perfect metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah, and so as we move into the rise of the sleeping phoenix, it's the rise of the individual that's waking up, and these older systems that we're coming out of. We're watching the destruction of institutions and old ways and old patterns economically, and all of these political systems. It's all changing, and what's it changing to, and what's it going to be, we don't know. But we know that this change is upon us, and the old must die. We can see that the way we've been taking care, the way we've been managing the resources and for the benefit of people has gone completely wacko. You know, the distribution of the resources on the planet is completely out of whack. There's so many people suffering and dying from starvation, and which is not really called for. And so, somehow the other, Mother Earth is not liking this, and she's pissed off, and we're beginning to see it in so many ways of these fires that, that's going out of control. Hurricanes are coming in triplets, doubles and triplets, and multiple hurricanes at a time. The earth is like, it's shaking up, and things are going on that's just beyond our control, that we have to manage. And yet we're still seeing, the people, are, between these various factions in the world, of people that still not coming to a place of agreement, or able to communicate, and sit peacefully and have some good understanding and discussions uh, to move this thing along better. So anyway, let me
So,
not
so all
talk.
this being said, I mean,
Mhm.
you're right, right? And I think that we're all aware of this, and you just kind of brought it to the forefront of our condition. How do we thrive in the context of these times? I mean, as we all look for leaders, right? And there's people that are setting examples, and I'm sure that everybody in the world has got their own role model and mentor, and there's some people that are saying things that resonate. Uh, I think a lot of people might be turning to theology to comfort them, that type of thing.
Mhm.
But when I think about leadership, another kind of touching on something we were just talking about is, I think even our top leaders, you know, who also are uncertain, they have no clue, they're kind of faking confidence, right? Because they're confident, and because that's what people follow, right? And not saying, I'm not trying to judge it, saying there's anything wrong with it, because we need, as a community, as a society, we need to follow leadership, at least leadership that we think knows what the heck's going on. But what do you do in the context, Richard, of everything you said, where it's all kind of falling apart? And I don't necessarily want to be a doomsdayer. And the word apocalypse, by the way, just came to mind. But I want to clarify, the definition of the word apocalypse is the unveiling.
Mhm.
The unveiling.
Mhm.
So we're kind of going into it, just to reflect on what you said, kind of an unveiling, and it's an uncertain time, and some people are calling it the big reset, right? Well, but what do we do in the context of knowing that even the people that are the most confident and the most sure really have no clue? How do we operate as human beings, as individual leaders, for our families and our businesses in that context?
No, that's such a beautiful question. Thanks for asking that. As far as I know, as far as I've been operating and learning this process for the past 15 plus years, the human design system, and understanding how that applies to my life, and what I'm here to share with people, how it can improve their lives, is to understand that we all are here to be our own authority, our own authority. And that means knowing how to truly listen to that inner voice that's within us. We've heard this many times from different, teachers and sages, and, religions or gurus and so on, that may have said it in one way or the other. But, the specific way of how to access that inner authority within us, I've never seen anything else other than the way the human design system uh, shows us. And specifically, you know, so it's one person at a time, learning how to, have access to this information, and learning how to be themselves, how to truly love themselves, and make decisions as yourself, by listening to your voice and trusting it. And so that's, for me, that's the thing that's really here to make this, to help us along in our process. And it helps leaders as well. When a leader understands how to honor his own uniqueness, how to make decisions of himself, not from his mind, but really listening to, for some people, the authority can be your gut. For some people, it can be your intuition. For some people, it can be their heart. It's different for different people, but it's not a one size fits all for everyone. And so when we come to understanding this, and we bring this to our businesses, and we bring this to our communities, things change. Or at least, the we have no idea what that looks like yet, because I don't think there are any communities that's really fully operating in terms of the human design, what it teaches. But I'm optimistic and hopeful to be a part of that, and helping to create that. So
Cool, cool. So in summary, I mean, listen to your voice and trust it, right? And I think we'll just kind of leave it at that today. I'd like to maybe pick it up on our next time we talk around how you do that and what some of the mechanics are around that. So, um, what's your website again, Richard?
richardlearmont.com.
richardlemon.com.
Yeah, and what's yours?
Oh, chrissteely.com is
Oh,
probably
there you
the
go.
best one. So it's just we're mirroring that. So I've got my name, you've got your name. And again, a great way to connect. So just love connecting with people. And till next time.
Yeah, and maybe we should throw it up in, our website.
You mean put up the URLs?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Actually, what we'll do is we're recording this right now. We're going to stop it and we're going to put it, and it'll be in the comment section once we deploy these on whatever channel, whether it be Facebook, LinkedIn, social media, YouTube, but our URLs will be in a place that you can find. How's that?
Sounds
Good.
great.
All right. Till
Okay.
next time.
All right.